Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me. And today's topic is going to be delusional. Yes, strange topic, correct? Delusional. What does the word mean? It means to be delusional. No, it means that really you see what's not really there. You have perceptions and ideas that are beyond reality, beyond realism, unrealistic. You see things that don't exist. Someone sees a mirage in the desert, and everyone says, "You're delusional. How can you believe something like that? What do you see? It's not there." Okay, so why am I talking about being delusional? Because most of the great visionaries, most of the great people, if not all, were considered by many to be delusional. I'll guarantee you the Wright brothers were thought to be idiots, delusional, crazy. Man's idea was that you couldn't fly. It was a privilege reserved for the birds, and the best scientific minds had proved that man could never fly. Okay, even Professor Langley, maybe that's his name, his machine, he went to the bottom of the Potomac, okay, trying to fly. Many people had died trying to fly. So obviously it couldn't be done. And if you thought you could fly, you were definitely delusional. Okay? We had the same great minds thousands of years ago, but superstition fettered men's minds. They could have flown back then, but the superstition kept them from achieving these feats. I think Da Vinci actually constructed a flying machine. He had the idea of flight a long time ago. Okay, so another one is Marconi. I've mentioned him before. He was delusional enough to believe that he could transmit sound without using wires. Because before we transmitted sound and voices and even pictures now, photos, moving pictures, videos, it was all done through a wire. So when he stated or talked to his friends about him being able to transmit these just through the air, he thought he was crazy. They had him committed in an asylum for evaluation for 2 days. So once again, there was another delusional man. Okay? There have been many greats throughout history that were thought to be delusional, who believed they could do what at that time was thought to be impossible. But they did it anyway. So if you have a delusional idea, you may not want to share that with someone because they may lock you up in an asylum. But these ideas that people have that are called delusional by the masses, by the people who are afraid to dream, they are the actual creation of everything new. The expansion of the universe begins within the minds of men that are brave enough to be called delusional. You will never accomplish anything in your life if you worry and listen to what other people say. You have to be willing to take a risk, and you have to be willing to fail. Fail, fail, fail. The old story, I know you've all probably heard it, Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before he was able to invent the light bulb. He was trying to find a filament, and he couldn't, and they just kept burning out. And I think a reporter came to him one day and said, "Mr. Edison, why do you continue to do this when you've failed over 10,000 times?" And he said, "Son, you don't understand. I haven't failed 10,000 times. I've just discovered 10,000 ways that do not work, which brings me one step closer to finding a way that will work." And that's what you have to remember. Don't expect when you go out there to try anything new, whether it be to invent, to create something, to learn how to approach women, to be able to talk to women, to pursue your dream, your vision. Don't be afraid to fail, because as you fail, you learn. I always relate it to back when you learned how to ride a bicycle, if you did. How many times did you fall off? A better one than that is when you learned to walk. You probably don't remember, but do you think you fell down one time and said, you know what? We better stop with that stuff. That's crazy. I'm never going to be able to walk. No, you got back up again and again and again. You continue to try over and over again. And it's the same way with whatever you want to do in life. If you have a true burning desire of something you really want to do, whatever it is, you would not have the desire within you did you not have the capabilities to achieve it. I don't care how far-fetched it seems, if it is a true desire. And each of us have certain desires within us. I don't know if we're born with them or they develop, but we have them. And each of us is capable of achieving those desires. And until you set out in the direction of those desires, or that desire, whether it's one or more, you will never have the fulfillment that you seek in life. We try to find fulfillment in relationships with women, if you're a man. Maybe with a woman, it's a relationship with a man. Either way, we try to find fulfillment in fast cars. We try to find fulfillment in money. We try to find fulfillment in success, whether that be in athletics, business, relationships, scoring on women, whatever your idea of success is. But all these things are interesting, they're fun, but when you get to the end of it, you find that there's an emptiness. You haven't found that fulfillment. The fulfillment is in the journey, but it's a journey to a worthy goal or ideal, a destination. Okay, and when you reach that worthy goal or ideal or vision you have, you must set another destination. Because it is in the journey. The people you meet, the relationships you build, the things you learn, that is where the fulfillment comes from. If you think when you get that girl, or when you get that job, or when you get that house, or when you get that $1 million, or whatever it may be, that you're going to be happy, you're going to be chasing that happiness for the rest of your life, because it's not going to be there. There is no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And as a matter of fact, I found the end of a rainbow once, and yes, that's correct. There is no pot of gold. It just kind of melts away into the ground, and it moves because it's actually a reflection from the clouds and the rain. So it's actually moving along the ground. You can see it. It melts right into the ground. And no pot of gold. Sorry, boys. And it's the same way in life. If you think that when you reach that goal, you're going to be happy, you're going to be terribly disappointed, because that is not where the happiness comes from. As the old adage goes, the joy is in the journey. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going. But you got to have a destination, because otherwise you have no journey. You're just kind of blown around by the winds like a ship on the ocean without a rudder. It just goes this way and that way, no destination, never knows where it's going, aimlessly wandering around. Okay, what happens to the crew of that ship? They usually get kind of crazy. They get angry at the captain, and they want to mutiny. You're like a ship. If you don't have a destination, your crew is going to get angry with you. That is the voices inside your head, that conversation. You're going to get frustrated with yourself, and you're not going to be very happy. And that crew, those voices inside your head, that conversation we have, hopefully you don't hear audible voices, but if you do, whatever. I knew a guy that heard audible voices. The only difference between what he heard and what I hear when I talk to myself is his were audible and mine were just the silent thoughts we have in our head. Okay, but anyway, those thoughts will get really crazy and lead you into something. Actually, they'll mutiny. They'll mutiny and take over the ship, and then it will take you where you don't want to go. I got cut off. I had my, every morning I do my meditation and visualization, affirmations, and I had my timer set, and I forgot to shut it off, so it went off in the middle of videoing. So I will start where I was at. I was comparing your life to a ship, okay, and the thoughts will mutiny unless they have a direction to go in, and they will take over the ship and lead you where you don't want to go and kill the captain, which is you. So they will kill everything that you want, your desire, anything that is good for you, and they will take over your ship. unless you have a destination and you're headed that way. That is, if you allow your ship, yourself, to wander aimlessly all over the ocean, being blown by this wind and that wind, this way and that way, because you're never going to reach any destination and you will die on the ocean. It's kind of an analogy. I think you can understand it. So you have to have a destination. You have to believe in your destination, regardless of what the crew says, regardless of what other people say. If they say you're delusional, you can't listen to them. It takes a little bit of a delusionability, if that's a word, to reach your destination, especially if it's something that's out of the norm. And if you're watching this channel, you probably want to do something out of the norm, out of normal, out of what is considered to be normal in the world today. What is normal? If we had all stayed normal, we would not be traveling the world in airplanes. We would not be traveling to the moon, to other places in space. We wouldn't be driving cars. We would be still living in grass huts and hunting with bows and arrows. Although I don't know if that would be too bad. But anyway, that's where we would be. Normal is just a setting on a dryer. It's all relative to what you're used to, what you're accustomed to. What is normal for us here in the United States is not normal for someone who lives in a third world country where their whole family grew up never having a car. They don't have a washing machine. They don't have a bathroom. See, that's normal for them. That's relative to their situation and their country and the environment they live in. What's normal for us, most of us in the U.S., is we have washers, we have dryers, we have cars, we have microwaves, we have ovens, we have lights, we have bathrooms. And when you grow up in that situation, you think it's that way everywhere in the world, but it's not. If you live in a first world country like I do in the United States, you have a responsibility to make something of yourself, to do something with the opportunity that has been given to you by God, your higher power, your higher self, whatever you choose to call it. Why do you think you were born in that situation where you have the opportunity to do something? You have the opportunity to expand, to make something of yourself, to do something with yourself, and thus pass that on to other people, to help other people with what you have. Everything you have is a gift, and you are to gift that away also. Don't wait till you die to give away your millions. You don't need it then. What sacrifice or what greatness is there in that? Give it away while you're living. Give away part of what comes to you. Okay, you want more? Give it away. Yeah, some people say, well, when my ship comes in and I get my millions of dollars, then I'll give money away. If you can't give $1 out of $10, you're not going to give 100,000 out of 1,000,000. I'll guarantee you. Give what you have now. And if you don't have money to give away what you have. You have something of value. If you're alive on this earth today, you have something of value that you can give to someone else. And whenever you give value out, when you put value out into the world, it comes back to you multiplicatively. And when you get that value back, whatever it is, you give that away. And this is how you expand, by giving away. Whatever you want in life, give it away. We have been told or taught that we have to keep it. We have to hold on to what we have or we're going to lose it. I tell you, it's just the opposite. Give away what you have and more will be given to you. Give it away and more will come back to you. Call it the law of sowing and reaping and sowing. Call it karma. Call it what goes around comes around. Call it what you like, but it is a law of the universe. Now you can use it unknowingly or by default, or you can make it work for you. The same as gravity. When planes fly, they don't defy the laws of physics. They don't defy the laws of gravity. They work with them, and thus we benefit from that. You too can work from the laws of the universe. Get on YouTube. There's a video. I think it's called 50 Universal Laws. Listen to that. It's very good. That can help you. Okay, you can use these laws to expand, to have more, to become more. And it's not so much about what you're going to get in life, it's what you become while you are getting what you want in life, or while you are moving towards your desires, towards your vision. It's who you become. It's how it changes you. It's how it makes you into more, how it expands your consciousness. And remember, you must have a conception of yourself as the person that is capable, or as the person that has or is what you want to be, before you can truly have it. You have to have everything or earn by right of consciousness, because unless you have it, unless you conceive of yourself of being the kind of person that has or is whatever you want to be or have, you cannot maintain it. You will lose it. You will self-sabotage. It will be gone. I'll guarantee you. I have experienced that myself. So first, rise in consciousness. And we talk about how to do that. You have to rise in consciousness to the point of the person that you want to be. See yourself as that person. Be that person. Tell yourself every day you are that person. Not that you will be, but tell yourself that you are that person now. And you will see the world bear witness to the person you want to become. As you become that, as you change your concept of yourself, as you expand within, the world, the material world, will bear witness, will reflect that back to you. And you will see your beliefs. You will then see what you believe. What you believe will become reality in the outer world. And what is subjective will become objective in your outer world. Okay, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you gained a little knowledge from this, something that will help you move towards your vision, your goals, your purpose. If you have one, if you don't, figure out what it is. Okay, smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this with a friend if you think it would be of help to them. And if you'd like to get my help personally, marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. Have a great day.